Silence! Greetings. Greetings, the whale of the internet. I'm the great Matthew Squeak, and welcome to Squirrel Talk Review. What's worse than a dog that only shakes and barks all the time? That would be a whole movie about them. This is Beverly Hills Chihuahua. This is a Disney cash-in on the Beverly Hills craze, so arm your rolled-up newspapers and let's jump in. The movie starts out with what else? Dog droppings. Guess they're trying to let the audience know straight off the bat that this movie is garbage. And after that, I think the camera crew gets lost as it can't seem to focus on anything more than 2 seconds, until finally the main star arrives.
Sorry I'm late. We had to do a little shopping.
Meet Chloe. You'll notice that she is the typical pampered, entitled character that you'll find in any of these movies. After listening to, well, dogs trying to sound sophisticated, we move on to, what else? Doggy fashion!
For the salt scrub. Viv. Fabulous. I'll take 2. Oh, you should see Chloe.
This is absolutely nothing! I don't care what the dog is wearing. I know it only goes on for about a minute, but it's a minute too long. And just when you thought that this pooch could not get any more pointless, we're introduced to the real pointless character of the story.
I love the smell of dirt in the morning.
Meet Poppy, who, despite being the main love interest, does just about nothing in this movie, besides spouting one-liners and making it longer. So we make some cheesy pickup lines that are ignored by Chloe and the movie alike. And since these dogs are incapable of doing anything without help, enter the human element.
Who am I, lassie?
You're so completely useless.
I've got a good feeling about this one. So long story short, the aunt leaves on a business trip and forces her dog on her niece here. And we get more of doggy fashion. Oh, shut up! They go on to talk about stuff we already know. Poppy comes in doing the same thing he did last time, spouting catchphrases and cheesy pickup lines. And just like last time, he's completely blown off. Finally, the movie actually starts. No, really, 10 minutes in, and finally something worth noting happens. Rachel goes to Mexico for reasons that are never mentioned, and brings the mutt along too. But to go on her date, she leaves the dog behind at the hotel, who, like an idiot, goes outside to find 5-star treatments. How did you push the buttons on the elevator, you little rat thing?
Okay, guy with the giant knife. Moving on.
Oh, you know we could actually try and play these drums the prop people gave us? No, screw it, we're in Beverly Hills, Chihuahua. But she gets dog-napped. Rachel searches in vain, but the kennel has a theory.
Las peleas de perros were in town. Dog fights.
You heard that right, my loyal subjects. The theory of the kennel people is the Chihuahua was stolen so it could participate in a dog fight. So Chloe is stored with a bunch of other strays for...
You're in the dog fights.
Dog fights?
You mean that's actually what happened? These idiots actually took a Chihuahua to a dog fight?
Look, if you're worth something, then they'll ransom you. And if they ransom you, they won't fight you. So I guess you have nothing to worry about.
Well, that's a relief.
Oh, so this is a ransom story, of course. Nobody would be that stupid. So Rachel goes home to get a picture of Chloe to send to the authorities. And so Pappy and the Spanish guy that doesn't matter can have some screen time. Don't tell me you're glorifying a dog fight? That's a new low.
I give you Chihuahua!
What? I mean... What? No, 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 no! You cannot be this stupid. You just can't. It's a Chihuahua. If you were to put a Chihuahua and a shoe in a ring together, my money would be on the shoe. The mumbling dog from before suddenly decides he cares and escapes very easily. But it turns out that El Diablo isn't as bloodthirsty as his name suggests, as he just rips her clothes, revealing her expensive collar. Delgado breaks out and we have a chase scene. Boring, it's just dogs running, and a little bit of CG mixed in.
It's that Chihuahua. Why? She's worth something.
Oh, now you realize a dog is worth something. Not its expensive perfume or its clothes. It took that being ripped off for you to realize that it was more important to ransom this mutt. You are a moron. A rat is more intelligent than you are.
This is so beautiful.
It's what humans do to honor their ancestors. It keeps them alive in their hearts. Helps them remember who they are.
So after that forced moment, Delgado decides he doesn't actually care, but then he cares again. Make up your mind, please. Stupid head here sends El Diablo after Chloe, and we're back to Rachel. The police are worthless, but the aunt wishes to speak to the Chloe. And then this happens. This is proof that dog people are crazy, and that you are not paying these actresses enough. Chloe tries to go into a hotel for dogs, but big surprise, she doesn't speak human and looks like a stray. So she's thrown out and it's time for the next pop song.
Why do they leave me?
I'd feel sorry for you if you weren't such a snob. Rachel has returned to the precinct and the Mexican guy with Papi is there for... I don't know. The movie hired them for a minimum amount of screen time, so they have to do something with them. And then the movie gets bored of itself. Time for more doggy fashion!
I cannot believe Chloe's missing this.
The movie snaps back to reality, or whatever horror you'll call this, as El Diablo has caught up with Chloe. But Delgado is back to caring again. They lose him in the crowd because he has to stop and bark at the people. And to give these two a moment, they ditch him again.
Delgado?
What?
Why is El Diablo after me?
Vasquez must have sent him.
Who's Vasquez?
He runs the dog fights and anything else he can make a quick buck at. The police have been after him for years.
You're telling me that the police have been after a guy who put a chihuahua in a ring with a Rottweiler for years? He must have been wearing one of those I'm not a crook shirts. Papi and the humans come into the plot, do absolutely nothing. Next pop song. How many of these are in there?
Well, hello.
Delgado mysteriously goes off by himself. He might have said where he was going, but with him mumbling through all his dialogue, it was difficult to tell. More doggy fashion? Who is the target audience for this thing? And just when you thought this movie couldn't get any worse, CG animals arrive. I'll spare you their dialogue. These con artists make off with Chloe's collar right as Delgado found someone to read it, conveniently making the movie go on longer. So El Diablo is still on the... Why are you two still here? Haven't you done enough damage?
Where is she? By the fountain near the docks. Hey, I didn't know she was like a friend of yours. I was just borrowing it. Please don't hurt me.
Why do you need them to tell you where she was? Weren't you already tracking her scent? So the new plan is to take a train and play Homeward Bound.
This train will take you to Tijuana.
But...
But nothing. The coyote will take you over the border from there.
Buenos dias. Make yourself at home.
Or have a mid-trip snack. Delgado plays the I don't care, I really do care card again.
Come on! Jump!
It's a fast train.
You can make it, Delgado, especially if you transform into your CG counterpart. And they are both on their way. Papi continues to do nothing for this movie but make it longer. This time recruiting more characters too.
I guess he is kind of cute.
We could take them with us, but you have to give them a bath because they stink.
I can handle that.
You stink!
What does this have to do with the movie? Poppy already asked what they knew, which wasn't anything of value. And for the humans, what does washing 2 strays have to do with finding your dog? We have a forced emotional moment on the train. At least I think that's what they were trying to do. Another pointless scene of humans following the trail, and then an even more worthless scene. These two have overstayed their welcome. They could have just stolen the collar for a plot point and been done with it. They don't matter to the plot anymore. Back on the train...
Wake up! The conductor's coming! Hi! Rapido, hi!
What's going on? Delgado, what's happening?
We got trouble. Hide behind the crate.
Okay.
I'll distract him. Don't come out no matter what happens.
Hide like all the other dogs, you idiot! They get thrown off the train, and now the rat and the mumbling dog are lost in the middle of nowhere. Pointless scene number 50 as one dog is adopted. Pointless scene number 51 as the rat and lizard hits along for the ride.
Oh, please make it stop.
The plot continues as the mutts are lost and being hunted by mountain lions. Time for the tragic backstory.
My partner and I, we were in a major bust. I was on point. Before I knew it, I was blindsided. And it all went bad. While I was down, my partner got hurt. He was never the same after that. And neither was I. I should have sensed him coming. Next day I woke up and couldn't smell a thing.
So the guy threw you out to the streets? That cold-hearted nuthole! But they've been cornered by mountain lions.
I'll hold them off as long as I can while you run. You understand?
They're just cats. You could take them.
Was that cat just thrown into the picture? Even he knew it was a bad movie. Delgado awakens his inner CG, but then... Oh, I have seen these monsters before. Giant worm-like creatures that pull their victims under the ground. Oh, it is so much worse.
Say hello to my little friends.
That's some bark you guys got.
I am Moctezuma. Come with us if you want to live.
Yeah, I want to live.
Now I've seen it all.
That scene is so monumentally stupid, it has almost left me speechless. Well, almost. Number 1, you thought Pappy was the character that spits out nothing but catchphrases? No, that's this guy. Number 2, mountain lions have a term for chihuahuas. Let's see now. Oh, that's right, they're called snacks. And number 3, barking scared off a mountain lion? Excuse me, I wouldn't actually call it barking either, more like yapping. So they follow the rat pack.
You are in Chihuahua, birthplace of our mighty breed.
I'm sorry, did you just say mighty? Chihuahua! No, anything but the song here.
Did you hear what he said, Delgado? I come from a mighty breed.
Yeah, mighty annoying.
Oh, good. And points to Delgado there. So the cultists gather. Just don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Mighty? But I'm just a lapdog.
Lap dog? No.
Actually, yes.
We Chihuahuas are not toys or fashion accessories.
Yes, you are.
We were not bred to wear silly hats and ride in purses.
Yes, you were.
No longer be spoken to with baby talk.
Yes, you will.
We Chihuahuas shake, but not for the amusement of humans.
Yes.
We shake because we know the power of our inner strength.
Inner strength?
we are tiny, but we are mighty!
Tiny, yes. Mighty, no.
We are Chihuahuas. Hear us roar!
Ah, my ears! They do have power. The power to annoy you to death. Another pointless scene of... Come on!
They're in trouble.
Not because of us, no. We were just trying to save her.
Pappy learns more information that doesn't matter to the plot anymore. Back to the cultists. They say goodbye, and she realizes she's in love with Pappy. The dog she never gave the time of day to, because he's in the plot. So they're finally found, and we have another pointless scene of adopting a dog. Pop song time! Oh, these are so bad and cannot end fast enough. But we've got a final showdown left in this movie. Chloe's abducted. Again. Pappy finally does something in this movie, and they run off into the ancient ruin. Delgado talks to the wordless characters and realizes that he can smell again. I can't tell what's worse, trying to animate the mouth of a barking dog or these poorly CG'd critters. So Delgado leads the authorities in. Chloe saves Pappy. Pappy tries to annoy his enemy to death, but the cultist words come to mind.
Chloe, no! Moth! Wow, that's my bark.
Her bark is so annoying, the entire building is annoyed with her. These things can literally destroy buildings with their insufferable barking. Why would anyone want one in their house? So Chloe proves to be a better hero than Pappy. Delgado slaps El Diablo, and the fight is over.
Gone. Wake up, mi corazón. It's me, your papi. Speak to me. Fill my ears with your beautiful voice.
She's not dead. Please wake up. Stop the cheesy dialogue. Wake up! Oh, thank you. So the bad guys are taken away. He forgot to wear I'm not a crook shirt. Delgado is adopted by the police force.
Ready to get back on the job?
You had a collar that fit in your car? Are you the guy that kicked them to the curb in the first place? Whatever, we're back to where it all began. We get a few hijinks of them trying to hide the fact that they went on a little trip. The rat and owner are reunited. Pappy and Chloe have a moment because they're a couple, despite hardly having a scene together. The humans hook up and...
Oh, Chloe.
This is a Disney movie! If those were people, that wouldn't have made it past the Disney censors. And it's over. They wrap up with the character plots in the credits, narrated by our catchphrase-spewing geyser himself, Pappy. However, most of these characters, we don't care about.
Alpha became the official spokesdog. Bimini, Sebastian, and Delta landed a way to Beverly Hills, where they on our first date. And who knows, maybe there are a few taquitos in our future.
Thanks for the nightmares. That was Beverly Hills Chihuahua. How is it? They took everything annoying about the Chihuahua and stuffed it in this movie. The plot is a mess, filled with loads of scenes that have no bearing on the plot, and characters that matter even less. All of these characters have that stapled-in fake Mexican accent, and most of them are just annoying. Chloe is prissy, but not done in a likable way. Pappy is all kinds of annoying, and Delgado just mumbles through all of his dialogues. The story is completely stupid, and a mess, and as a science instructor once said, there are no wild packs of Chihuahuas roaming the wilds of Mexico. They will starve, be eaten, and die, which is what this movie should have done. This movie should be put down. I'm the Great Matthew Squeak, and this is Square Talk Review.